Good afternoon, traders. It's Bill Baruch with Blue Line Futures, and it's your daily midday market minute. We're seeing equities come in a little bit here today, but crude oil and other commodities are rallying. If you're watching this from YouTube, please click the link below and subscribe. Don't just like it, but subscribe to our channel. And if you're watching from our site, there's a link to direct YouTube, and you can subscribe to us that way. We'd love you to follow us. We'd love you to help us build our following. Okay, the S&P did break below 4440. It's big level that it held yesterday that paved the way for a little bit of an overnight rally. But below here, the bears are really kind of trying to take the driver's seat, and you're seeing the Nasdaq similarly break below 14,420, 450, which is a big level too. So I talked about in the S&P section in the Morning Express today to look for a buy opportunity potentially at 4420. Now you don't want to use that as a buy opportunity if we're late in the session and the market just keeps grinding lower into that. That was supposed to be something earlier in the day. If you get a little bit of heavy selling, it'd be a place to look to step in and buy. If you buy it late in the day on the first test, you're likely just betting for a rebound into the final minutes, and that's not something we want to do. But keep an eye on those closing levels, 4440 in the S&P and about 14,420 to 450 in the Nasdaq. So keep an eye on those. Now, crude oil did rally up to $95 after the EIA numbers. It's really the Ukrainian situation, in the re-escalation, if you will, kind of picking that thing up. Overall, though, the EIA numbers were not bullish. Crude oil actually was an increase in stocks. Now, the gasoline was a draw in stocks because refinery utilization fell sharply week over week. It's something to keep an eye on. However, Cushing was a less of a draw than expected relative to the API numbers last night. So that was overall subdued. However, what you're seeing is very strong oil consumption. This is basically sort of record amounts here right now. That's a big tailwind on top of the geopolitics. Stay nimble out there because crude oil is building a pennant, and you typically get a directional move from these pennants. Now, it's a high probability that they move in the direction of the underlying trend, which would be higher here. So keep an eye on how we are and how we resolve. It could be what fuels crude oil up to $100. Now with gold, it's rallying back, got its neck back above 1870. And overall, great construction on the pullback yesterday. Held big support at 1837, 1843, laid the groundwork for the next move. And you're seeing it today. Now, 1881 is a big level. Got to get a close out above there. And I would be surprised if we close out above 1881 and we did not make a nice big run out above 1900. We are overall breaking out above a big trend line in gold. It's sort of the gasp for air. The trend line starts at that gasp for air after the August high was set in 2020. So there's a big trend line. We're moving out above there right now. Silver's lagging, but platinum is not. Platinum has had a big move back to the 200-day moving average and out above the 200-day moving average, really because you're hearing that Toyota is starting a production plant back up, so that platinum for those cars. Big move in the metals across the board today. Give us a call. We are here to help there, and I will leave you with this. I am getting long the 10-year through an option strategy. Give us a call. I'd love to talk to you about it. Getting long 10-year futures options. Give us a call, 312-278-0500, and let us know if you want to talk about that. And remember, though, futures trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors.